Hey guys, how's it going? So today I'm here with Murray and Callum, and tonight we went and saw a little film called Vice.
I'm the CEO of a large company, and I have been Secretary of Defense, and I have been White House Chief of Staff. The Vice Presidency is a mostly symbolic job. However, if we came to a different understanding.
Vice stars Christian Bale playing as Dick Cheney, who was the vice president to George W. Bush, and it basically shows his sort of rise and fall of like power. Lots of other things happen, but we'll get into that in a bit. What did you guys think of Vice? We'll start off with Murray first.
It was good until it wasn't.
He does have a reason for that, why he's saying that, and I don't know exactly what it is. And we'll find out. Callum, what was your opinion of Vice?
It was bad.
He didn't like it. He's actually seen it twice. Me and him have seen it
I saw it the
once.
second time with the hope of it actually being good.
Tonight was our first time sort of seeing it. What I liked about the film was the sort of editing style. I thought it had really good editing and there were good effects with the transitions and things like that. I enjoyed those personally. Was there anything you liked?
The editing was quite good. It kind of kept it a bit interesting. It's not really a subject that I find that interesting, so they kind of made it as interesting as they could with all the editing.
I mean, it was done. I didn't mind the editing. I felt like it was a bit too overly full of itself. I mean, that's like satirical in a sense. You know, when they're at the dinner table and he's like, "Would you like Mass War? Is this on the menu?"
Well, apparently, because Adam McKay also directed The Big Short, apparently his editing style
They were very similar.
directing is really similar to it. I haven't seen The Big Short yet, so leave a comment in the comment section below letting me know if it is similar, if you have seen both Vice and The Big Short.
Christian Bale got really fat, so that, you know.
Was there anything you liked?
I liked the acting was alright.
I would say the acting was really good.
I liked the attention to detail in terms of like makeup, because you could tell they're getting older. I did like their performances in that, but it was just it was more like how the story was handled.
Did you think anybody exceeded anyone in the film, such as acting ability, or did you think everybody was pretty equal?
Well, for the roles, I mean, yeah, what you're gonna people who see this are mostly going to talk about Christian Bale because he's the lead.
Probably.
He's the lead and he has the most to do. But I mean, I was going to say I might as well talk about the supporting actors since
definitely.
most of the reviews is probably going to be about Christian Bale. Amy Adams is really good in it.
I was going to say I loved Amy Adams in this film. I thought she was fantastic.
Sam Rockwell was really good.
Sam Rockwell was really good, definitely.
He even slightly looks like him.
Yeah, he does. It's weirdly
He sounded like him as well. If you saw that actual real life footage of President Bush doing like a speech.
And Steve Carell's pretty good.
I like Steve Carell
until the parts. Except from the parts where he's laughing, because then I thought of Brick.
From Anchorman.
Michael Scott from
I was the
Office.
That's the exact same. It was hilarious.
What do we believe? Oh! I can't, don't let me run. Put a pencil in his mouth. It's okay. There you go. Okay now.
Somehow he just can't escape those roles. I enjoyed Tyler Perry for what he was in it, which was what he was in it for about 2 minutes, was he not?
He was in it for a bit longer than that. I had no opinion. He wasn't bad.
I thought of it more as a cameo appearance, to be honest. But
yeah,
I liked him.
Small part to play, and then it was done. Basically.
Yeah, definitely. Visually, I thought the film looked okay. I know you've got a different opinion on this with the visuals.
I thought the way it looked a bit flat and boring. The way it was edited was like stylish, but the way it actually properly looked, it was a bit flat and dull looking.
Yeah, I think that was mainly due to the colour palettes.
I more had an issue with how things were presented in the film in terms of like satire and that.
Yeah.
Felt like a bit like The Big Short. It was just really full of itself and too smart for the viewer and that, and yeah.
I think as well as it kind of like admits his own shortcomings, because at the start it opens up, this is based on a true story.
Yeah.
And then it says, but obviously Dick Cheney lived such a secretive life.
Yeah, true.
They had to obviously make up stuff, and then the first bit of the movie, I think that is
the first half up until
there's even a bit where they put credits up, which is kind of
spoilers.
They were doing the exact same.
But then after that, they even say after this, no one had ever like.
Yeah, nobody had ever heard the real true story.
Or, yeah,
of what happened.
Him and his family didn't appear. That's almost why it ended, because that was essentially the ending of what a biopic would be.
Yeah.
It just continued though, and
I did like that transition though, I'm not gonna lie.
I like the transition, but I mean, after that, I did have the feeling of, we don't know what to tell here.
Yeah, that
so
is
we're just
true.
going to go on to 9/11 because why not?
That was like
Yeah.
Adam McKay. I feel like that's what he's more getting into, is that whole kind of
I'm kind of on the
self-aware
same
biopic
path.
thing. He's trying to make really boring subjects in history interesting, but
And I
the
thought he
films
did-
it still presents it in a really boring way and doesn't interest the
I
viewer.
thought he was doing that for the first bit. He was making something interesting
Yeah.
that I would
Yeah.
normally find interesting, but after it kind of fell into the whole what I thought the big shot was, just a bit boring.
The writing, in my opinion, sort of confused the viewer because there were scenes in it which basically, to me, I was like, due to mainly the dialogue that was being spoken, I was kind of like getting a little bit confused over certain scenarios and things like that. But I don't know if that's the way it was conveyed over to the viewer because of the dialogue or the writing. But I feel there was definitely a bit of a mess up with the writing, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys.
I did like the way they presented George W. Bush. So
I
just a
like that
complete
as well. I did
simpleton.
like that. Yeah,
That did pay off
just
well in
took
terms of
advantage.
comedy and that.
Yeah.
Of them,
pretty
essentially.
much. That's
He
what
was
Dick
just like a
Cheney did. By
useless
the looks
child,
of it.
really.
That's what Dick
His
Cheney
daddy
did.
got him into power.
Yeah, from the way the film was coming across, that appears to be what Dick Cheney did,
Yeah.
was take advantage of people just to rise more in power.
Well, especially him. I just got that feeling, you know, that scene at the party when you just see him drunk and all that, and he was kind of talking to
Yeah.
his wife. You could feel like at that moment you could tell exactly what it was.
What Dick
What he was
Cheney's
gonna
plans
play.
were. Yeah, definitely. What were the bad parts of the film? What didn't you
I think we've
guys
just
enjoy?
been talking about the bad parts all the time.
Well,
to be
Was
honest.
there anything else you guys didn't enjoy about the film at
Well,
all?
the second half of the movie was boring.
No, I agree
Eventually,
with
I think it's because I got so bored at that part. The editing then just seemed, it got
It
annoying
felt
and
flat a
obnoxious.
little bit, yeah.
To me, it reminded me. That's when it started to remind me of The Big Short, and I just got bored and annoyed.
Yeah, definitely, like, the first half of the film was much better than the second half of the film. Similar to, like, A Star Is Born, like, how the first half gets you really drawn in, and then the second half of, like, when Lady Gaga becomes famous, like, it sort of, like, draws you out because it just gets really boring and you lose the attention.
Right,
of the
the
viewer.
whole
So that similar effect.
that
pretty
film
much.
kind of explores how the whole music business is
Yeah.
like rigged and that, you know.
Basically, when
What-
you see...
You've not even seen it.
I've seen half of it.
When you see his rise to power, it's pretty interesting and I like that. But when it starts to go through the whole 9/11 get extremely political, that's when it starts to get a bit boring and dull, and that's when I feel it confuses the viewer mostly due to the
It
writing.
is-
Because it was
yeah.
basically, the first half felt more true, more like a biopic of Dick Cheney, whereas the second half felt more like they just wanted to throw out what they thought happened.
Well, you could also argue,
Like conspiracy theories, pretty
You
much.
could
That's
also
what the
argue
second
it is
half
strayed
felt.
away from being a typical biopic. But
Yeah,
that's
definitely.
the problem with the film. It does that to me. It just gets too full of itself.
Definitely.
It's more to do with. I like the idea of it going off course and like not following a
Yeah.
conventional biopic.
Yeah.
But it just had the feeling of we don't know what we're doing. Let's
Yeah,
just go
that
with 9/11
definitely,
because
especially the second half,
That's
definitely.
a big part in history, yeah.
Yeah. With the supporting actors, they definitely were great. I loved
Yeah.
Amy Adams. I thought Sam Rockwell was great. I thought everyone played their parts correct. For everyone
Well.
played their parts great. Christian Bale as Dick Cheney, I thought he was great, but I don't think he should be the main focus of this film. As great as he was, because I thought he was great as Dick Cheney. But don't forget the supporting cast, pretty much, like Amy Adams, Sam Rockwell,
The actor
Tyler Perry,
really-
Steve Carell, like all of them,
The actor
like
really-
they all excelled. Anyways, guys, what are your ratings for this film out of 10, roughly, Callum?
Probably give it a 4.
Okay. What's your rating out of 10?
4.
4. I'm going to be generous and give it a 5.
So you liked it?
I did like it, but like
The
I
process
say,
of thinking about
the
it.
second half definitely brings the film down. If the first half was consistent for the entire film, definitely be up there for about a sort of 7, 8, maybe even 9 if it was
Great.
really, really good. But unfortunately it does fall flat, so I'm going to give it a 5. But they tried, I can give them that, and well done to all the cast
And
for keeping
let's
that film
hope
together.
in future Adam Mackey gets back to comedies. Because I
Mackay.
want a stick
McKay.
McKay, yeah.
McKay,
Right.
Mackay, Mackay.
Anthony Mackie.
I want a Step.
What do you guys say?
We want a
Matthew,
Step
McKay,
Brothers
Mackay?
2. We want a
Leave it
Step
in the comment
Brothers
section.
2.
We do. Give us a Step Brothers 2. Please come back.
Sick of
Give-
your bad
Give John C. Reilly and Will Ferrell something good to do, unlike Holmes and Watson, please. For the love of Christ, just make a Step
We don't want
Brothers
another
2.
one of those.
We don't want another one of those, please, for the love of God. We don't need more Sherlock Holmes. We've already got Benedict Cumberbatch and Robert Downey Jr. That's enough. And Ian McKellen as well, because he starred in a Sherlock Holmes film as well, called Mr. Holmes. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
You can also check out our other channel down below called Our Feature Presentation. We should have a video uploaded there within the next few days.
Hopefully
Just needs
it's
to be
flawless
edited.
prediction this time.
Yes,
so
it will be.
rather
'cause
than a week.
It just needs to be edited and things like that,
Long
but there will be a
process,
video.
yeah.
But I will leave a link down in the description below, so you guys can go over and check it out and
Yes.
hopefully subscribe if you want to, if you feel like it. Thank you so much. Take care of yourselves. Have a lovely night. And who's doing it?
Watch out! I did it. We're done.
And it's actually what's up?